Today, the Los Angeles racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody, and we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive.
Peace, family. This is King Messiah. We got late breaking news. It has just been reported that Big U, Bricc Baby, Loose Cannon, these are popular West Coast personalities, businessmen, and content creators. They have been arrested in what appears to be a RICO, Operation Drawdown. It has officially gone down. It has been reported. This is the official report. We're going to be discussing more of this later if the family wants. Let's get into it.
$1,000 profit in 2019 and was entitled to government assistance, despite the reality that the company had operated at a loss and was ineligible for such relief. Finally, Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options, which, as I said, purports to give South LA at-risk youth alternatives to gang violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. Henley used this charity as a front. He used it to conceal his fraudulent activities, his criminal enterprises activities, and evade detection from law enforcement. If convicted on the racketeering conspiracy, he and his co-conspirators face approximately a 20-year federal prison sentence. I want to thank our federal law enforcement partners, our state law enforcement partners who brought about the result here today, the Los Angeles racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement. Other individuals linked to his criminal enterprise were arrested today, approximately 10 defendants who are charged in various indictments. Again, Mr. Henley is a fugitive. 4 defendants are in state custody and will be transferred into federal custody, and we are still seeking Mr. Henley and another fugitive. The Department of Justice's top priority is eliminating violent crime caused by criminal street gangs and organized crime. These organizations cause a tremendous amount of harm in our communities. And today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our communities safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals. The affidavit filed with the criminal complaint alleges that Mr. Henley operated Big U Enterprises, a mafia-like organization that utilized Mr. Henley's stature and long-standing association with the Crips criminal street gang and other gangs here in Los Angeles to intimidate businesses and individuals in our communities. I want to stress that the allegations here in the complaint are allegations only, and the defendants are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. Let me talk a little bit about Mr. Henley and the street gang here. As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the rolling 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, Developing Options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life in our communities. And today's arrests are part of our office's efforts, FBI, IRS, LAPD, the team you see up here, to make our communities safer and rid our streets of these criminal street gangs, including ones operated by violent felons like Mr. Henley, who are posing as savvy businessmen and community leaders, but in the end are violent criminals.
So peace, family. Go ahead and leave it in the comment section. What are your thoughts? I mean, Bricc Baby, he was with Adam 22. It looked like he was starting to turn his life around. He tried to watch what he said online, and he even tried to watch how he moved while being online. But Unfortunately, they have found some probable cause to be able to, tie him into the RICO. But it's just interesting that the RICO is something that they've been using, when it seems like they don't have any hardcore evidence. They just tie everyone into a RICO, and you can bypass a lot of preliminary requirements that you would have needed in order to arrest people, but under the RICO, you can just round them all up. Big U. Big U has always been known to, get it how he lived. And people have mentioned his business practices in the streets and his affiliations. And interesting enough, WAC 100 spoke very, very passionately about Big U working with law enforcement because he had this gang prevention intervention program. He was getting grants and he was supposed to, funnel law enforcement intel and information to curb and prevent crime. He would work hand in hand with law enforcement. But it appears that Big U was not doing a good enough job because law enforcement has said, no, you think you're slick. You receive this charity money and you're actually operating and participating in criminal activity. Or you're not giving us enough intel, that satisfies our books. You're not snitching enough. You're not snitching good enough. And in fact, you think you're slick. We see what you're doing, and enough is enough. That's Big U. Loose Cannon, don't know who that is, but what I do know is I know that Loose Cannon has been a new rising star on the internet, and I believe he was involved in a fight. We can research it. Let's pull it up. But if Loose Cannon was involved in that WAC 100 fight in the alley, you can see his trajectory. You can see where he's projected to go. If that's what you're putting out into the internet as a young black man, as an old middle-aged black man or older black man, negative only brew and brings negativity. So Big U tried to disguise it, but it must have not been good enough. Loose Cannon, Bricc baby, it was clear. So listen, this is King Messiah. I want y'all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If y'all want to discuss more of this, we'll get into it. But this is breaking news. This just came across our desk. And I want you guys to continue to subscribe because we're going to continue to update you on events and situations that matter. Hey, peace. Y'all have a great day.